gentlemen, 2:01 is the time. The day before the second half of the Major League Baseball season begins. One more day in the All-Star break. And we've got 3 great hours for you here today on Gwynn and Chris, Chrisello, and Matt Skraby alongside here in the Odyssey Palace studios. Tony Gwynn Jr., I don't really know that he would be categorized as idle today, Skraby.
He's on a plane.
Right, he's on a plane today. Today's a travel day as the Padres head back to Washington, D.C., where they will take on the Nationals to start the second half of the season. Not the official second half mathematically.
Yeah, I don't like the second half, first half thing.
You do or don't?
I don't.
What would you like it to be? Would you like it to already be the second half?
I want it to be the second half when the second half starts.
Okay, well, then the second
82 games.
All right, then the second half is already underway, and we'll just continue. How about this? Tomorrow, the Padres will continue the second half. Are you better with that?
Thank you.
Are you all right with that? I like to
because
make
it's
sure
not even close to being the second half.
No, the Padres have played 96 games. They have 66 remaining. So even somebody like myself with the San Diego State math degree, even somebody such as yourself who probably never even studied any math at USF or Colorado State.
I barely made it through my accounting class.
Or anywhere else you went to school. And I don't have time to list them all.
Oh, you know what's really funny, though? I named the YouTube. Gosh, this just completely throws me under the bus. The YouTube name is Padres on the Eve of the Second Half.
Oh, you...
that's what I titled the YouTube.
Naming
so
our,
I'm completely disregarding what I just said.
Okay, so if you go to YouTube, the title of today's episode is on the eve of the second half, even though you just complained about it.
I did.
Dylan Cecil started tomorrow. Anything less than what he did last year in Washington, D.C. is going to be a disappointment. So,
a no-hitter?
Pretty much, call a no-hitter tomorrow again and get the second half or the, whatever, second half off to the right kind of start. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll have actually a very short show tomorrow because the game gets underway at 3:45 tomorrow afternoon. But it'll be good to be back to baseball. It's only been, I want to say, the last 5 years, Skraby, that baseball all-star break was extended to a fourth day. In fact, forever and ever, you got the Monday off. You had the game on Tuesday. You got the Wednesday off. And then teams started playing again on Thursday. But that was changed. I don't know if it was a collective bargaining thing.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, no, they everybody got an extra day starting about 5 or so years ago.
Has to be a CBA thing.
I would imagine it was something that was bargained by the worn-out Major League Baseball players who needed one extra day of rest.
I mean, I don't mind it.
Look, why don't you take a couple of weeks? Really?
No.
I mean, come on. I
don't need a week.
I don't want anybody to wear out, and get too tired. Take a couple of weeks off. I mean, it's the way it goes now in sports in general. I mean, what is the key phrase? A key phrase that was never once uttered in the history of sports until about 7 years ago. Load management. That was not a phrase for sports. I mean, absolutely nobody ever took a day off and admitted that they were just a little tired, needed a day to rest. Even if that was the case, I think people would say, well, he was feeling under the weather, had a little twinge in his back. Nobody admitted. Athletes were too proud to admit, I'm worn out. I need a day off. Well, now it's not only accepted, it's pretty much the way it goes. I mean, managers, it started, I'll tell you when it started in baseball. It started 25 years ago when a manager would give when the manager would give the catcher the day off on a Sunday day game following a Saturday night game. They go, well, the catcher's probably a little exhausted, been squatting behind home plate all week. Just, late last night, we're going to bet the backup catcher would play on Sunday. Then all of a sudden it got really good to the managers. And they said, you know what? We're going to start giving kind of everybody day off on Sunday, day game after night game, let everybody rest and refresh. And if you were one of the unlucky ticket holders to a Sunday game, you got to see all the bench players.
Shouldn't you know that, though?
Shouldn't I know that?
Yeah, like I'm not going to buy a Sunday ticket because I'm not going to see the stars.
Okay, I would say it's always buyer beware, but it's not like they announced it to people and said, hey, on Sunday we're sitting Garvey out, we're sitting Ron Say out, we're sitting Dusty Baker out. We're playing a bunch of guys that just came up from AAA. You just showed up to the ballpark and those guys didn't play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But now, this is it's widely accepted that everybody needs a day off, and so it is that the baseball All-Star break is an extra day off.
Should we look at it like this, that athletes, we should praise them for speaking out instead of trying to be too tough? Like, I'm going to push through this injury.
I would, okay, me, I would agree with that on the surface.
Yeah, on the surface,
but
yes.
If I dig a little deeper, I would tell you that because that just didn't need to be the case for 100 years, why did it all of a sudden need to be the case? I mean, Lou Gehrig broke the thing with 2,000 some odd games, but like everybody had a 1,000 game streak in those. You know what I mean?
I do.
Everybody showed up and played every game. So Pete Rose, 162 games. Guys used to play 163 games if they happen to get traded to a team that had an extra game remaining.
That's crazy.
The guys just didn't miss. I remember, I'll give you one more example. A guy named Joel Youngblood, who was actually a backup outfielder, played for the Expos at Wrigley Field one day and then got traded that afternoon to the New York Mets, flew from Wrigley Field to New York, and played that night for the Mets.
Well, that will definitely not happen these days, which I don't expect it to happen.
I know. I'm just saying, absolutely nobody would do that now.
Would you say that – is it all about money? Is it all about trying to keep these guys as fresh as possible?
Here, look, that is the fairest thing you just said. The organizations, the teams, they have a lot more invested in these athletes now, and they can't afford to really take any kind of risks with them. And so I get that part of it. Bob Gibson could go pitch every fourth day for 140 pitches because if his arm did blow out, so what? The Cardinals are only paying him $30,000 anyway, But now that every pitcher makes $6.1 million or whatever,
base salary,
right? Everybody wants their guys to pitch, so they take it easy. So I'll give you that one.
August has a good point on the chat.
What's he got?
It's not like they're taking 4th of July or Labor Day off. They're not getting the same holidays that we do. Memorial Day.
No.
You know what I say to that?
Yeah, probably the same thing I'm going to say to that, but go ahead.
They're professional baseball players and they signed up for it and they get paid for it.
I'm also going to say this. Very few of us, August, present company not included, because Skraby and I hardly work at all, but most of us work from 9 to 5 every day.
Working
baseball.
9 to 5.
Yeah, baseball players work, 2.5 hours a day? Maybe
they show up at like 2 o'clock for a 6:40 game
and lounge around the clubhouse for 4 hours.
They go out there, they take a couple swings.
Yeah,
talk to the opposing team.
They're completely worn out, I'm sure. Anyway, with all of that, it will be good to get back to baseball tomorrow, and Padres will get it started. They will begin play with a record of 52-44. They will begin play a narrow half game ahead of the Giants for the final wild card spot in the National League. So, starting tomorrow and every day after that, these games are going to be, important. Every single day, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. And I think, somehow the Padres have to find another 14-3 streak in there because that's the streak that they're still living off of. Right. I mean, since that start to the season, they are 38-41. They're less than stellar.
Well, this sets
but
up
they're
for
still
them.
they're still in a playoff position because of that 14-3 start.
They also were playing 6 games out of the break against teams that are under 500.
Yeah, they got the Nats, they got the Marlins, and they have the Padres have cleaned up on the losing team so far this season. They'll also go to St. Louis on this trip. It's a 10-day road trip before they get home on the 28th. To host the Metropolitans of New York City. So there you have it, the Padres. Our soccer team took one on the chin last night. probably the most disappointing result they've had this season.
1-0.
They lost at home 1-0 to a Toronto team that is not having a good season. The fact that they didn't score, this team has been scoring all year. Even when they lost a few games, you remember they were losing 3-2 or whatever. They get shut out at home last night, 1-0. And I think the unsophisticated fan, of which I am.
Yeah, I was going to say, include me in that.
Including me, immediately says, uh-oh, are we going to be okay without Milan Alaska? Right? He just left. Now we can't score. So, I make that connection.
That sounds like a me thing with baseball.
It's an overreaction, I'm sure. But Keith Costigan, play-by-play broadcaster, MLS Season Pass, will be with us to talk our Thursday MLS chat. I want to say a quick hello as we go to our first break. Got a text just before the start of the show. Good friend of mine who lives in Dallas now. Name is Tony Schumann. Hello, Tony. He was the president of my fraternity when I was asked into the fraternity way back when.
Huge mistake, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, people all over still hate you for that decision. But he just texted, said he had landed in San Diego, wanted to listen to some of the show. So if you're out there, Tony, welcome to
Very
town.
Nice.
And we're glad to have you aboard today, along with the rest of you. We will have a daily Gambit today. We have a 30-mile zone today. We have Chris versus the fans today. We have the Big Five today. It's all here. It's Gwynn and Chris, Skraby, and you until 5 o'clock, and then the Padre Roundtable. So settle back. Enjoy a nice afternoon of sports on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, guys, it's
And Mr. Skraby alongside with Tony Gwynn Jr. flying with the ball club, Padres, to Washington, D.C. They'll start the series tomorrow afternoon. The Open is underway, Skraby. Yeah, I don't like to call it the Open, but that's what everybody calls it now. They have made everybody come over to what they want.
It's branding guidelines, Chris.
The media can't
use the British Open anymore.
It was the British Open for 50 years.
Maybe we just called it. I think we actually called it the British Open, but it was named the Open.
Don't ever recall Jack Nicklaus or Tom Watson winning the Open. I just don't.
No, I'm saying Americans
never did.
Maybe called it the British Open.
Well, it is whatever it is, and they got
this fight every single year.
They got the first round in. Xander Schauffele, our guy from San Diego State, is the defending champion. Xander shot an even par 71 today, so he's doing okay. He's right there, 4 shots off the lead. The other San Diego State guy, who you got to mention him now, right? JJ Spawn. He's the current U.S. Open champ. He shot a 73, so he's +2. Wasn't the worst day for JJ, but he's not at the top of the leaderboard. There's 4 guys, Skraby, at the top of the leaderboard. Or 5 guys. I have heard of Matt Fitzpatrick. I have heard of Harris English.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Torrey Pines tournament this year, did he not? Harris English?
Yes.
Or last year? I think it was this year. I think Harris is the current champion out there at Torrey Pines. So he's tied for the lead. But the other 3 guys, you're going to have to help me.
Okay.
Not only are you going to have to help me like who they are, pretty much going to have to help me pronounce each one of their names. You want to take a shot at any of these guys? Have you looked at the leaderboard yet?
I have kind of looked at the leaderboard.
Yeah, there's a guy from Sweden up there, or Denmark.
I could see. Okay, I got it. Jacob. I said Jacob.
Yeah, I think it's Jakob something.
Skov Olesen, Hao Tong Lee.
Okay.
And now I know the South African.
Oh, you do?
Christian Bezadenhout.
Really?
Yes.
Good job.
Bezadenhout.
I couldn't, and Gesundheit. So those are the 5 leaders of the British or the Open. Scotty Scheffler is among those that are 1 shot back, and as usual, Scotty's right there.
Do you want to know something cool? Is that there's a actual Tibetan monk that's playing in this. That is a player.
I don't understand.
He's a Tibetan monk that took off time to become a monk.
Is the Dalai Lama caddying?
The Dalai Lama?
Yeah. The Lama caddying for the guy?
No, I don't think he's caddying.
Not available?
I thought that was kind of cool.
Okay. Scotty Scheffler -3. Really, the next name you're going to want to know is a real, kind of a surprise and a fun surprise at that. At -1, Phil Mickelson with a good round today. Shot a 1 under par 70 out
Ricky
there.
Fowler, top 10.
Okay, if you want to get Ricky in there. The other guy that everybody wants to know about is your guy, Rory. He also was a -1 today. So it's a very tightly bunched field. I must say the top 70 golfers are within 5 shots of the lead. So it's going to, be an interesting weekend, but they are underway there at, what's it called?
Royal Portrush.
Yeah.
I don't know why you hate that name.
It's in Northern Ireland.
It is. I love this golf course. Well, it is very nice to look at, and it's a departure from usual Open golf courses.
All right, and Woodsy, our guy Woodsy, was flying over there to Great Britain today on his 50th birthday. Or I don't know if today is actually it, but he's celebrating his 50th birthday. And if you didn't hear this, let me throw him under the bus for a moment. He paid for himself, and I assume his wife, to go with him, unless he's just
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm actually not sure.
Okay, I'm not either. Ben will help us if he's listening. But he paid for first class.
I think that's fine.
You like this?
Yes, you have to.
That is so...
Especially for your 50th birthday, you have to upgrade.
I wouldn't know. I'm not that old yet.
Woods is solo. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to leave
solo.
Hannah out of it.
He's just there on his own. But I wouldn't know. I'm not 50 yet, so...
You're getting close to 70.
I know. Actually, I don't know because I don't remember what I did for my 50th birthday. But anyway, yeah, he's flying first class over there, but not to see the golf, apparently.
No, to see
he's
Oasis.
Over there to see Oasis concert, which is in London tomorrow. So I hope Woodsy's having a good time.
You know what he asked me last week before the roundtable started, because you weren't there, and he goes, "Where is Chris?" And I was like, You know what? I don't actually
You didn't know where I was. Huh?
I figured it. I thought it was Colorado, and I ended up being right.
Yeah.
But he goes, "What? You don't know where he is?" And I'm like, hey, I guess we just don't talk about that stuff.
I'm pretty sure that I might have mentioned it.
I
Once,
think you
but
did.
I don't think I made a big deal out of it.
I don't like to bother you or Tony.
We don't know what each other are ever doing if we're not at work.
I'm actually a big. I tell you guys,
we kind of know what you're doing. We know you're probably home playing video games, but as far as Tony or me, we don't know what each other is doing ever. My wife always asks me, "What's Tony up to?"
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
Working, hanging out with his kids, or
driving to soccer games.
That's all he does.
Those are his top three things. So anyway, the Open is underway. Let's see. Are there any other stories of any huge thing here? Not really. Chiefs star Ray Rice.
Rashi
Rice. Yeah, Ray Rice was the other. I guess Rice is not a great name to have if you're a football player, unless it's Jerry Rice.
Good call.
So you're either Jerry Rice or at one end of the spectrum, or you're Ray Rice, who was kicked out of football at the other end of the spectrum. And somewhere in the middle is Rashi Rice, who was involved in that multi-car crash last year, driving 190 miles an hour, whatever he was doing, something stupid. He has been he's put in jail 30 days. I must tell you, your first thought maybe out there is like, that's it, 30 days? I don't know. Try to spend 3 days in jail, let alone 30. Probably going to get your attention.
I've spent 1 day in jail, and that was
that's all you need. That's all you need. So
let me just tell you
this will be the end for Rashi Rice, and I'm sure the Chiefs will get him right back in uniform as soon as possible.
Well, we're going to talk about in the Big Five, like how many games do you think the NFL suspends him, but he can serve that 30 days over the 5-year probation. And I tried to look into what that is.
So he could check in for 2 days and then go back out?
I don't know if he can just wait till the end of the season and he could do his 30 days in the off season, or if he can do 5 days here, 5 days there. I don't know, but he's not like just going to jail.
What would you do?
Oh, Adam says he needs the story of me in jail.
I'm sure.
What would I do?
Well, we'll get a story of you in jail if you can remember anything that happened to you while you were
Obviously, it had something to do with alcohol.
Yeah, so I'm sure you don't
was arrested,
remember much.
And I was put. No, I remember everything.
Oh, you do? Okay.
The booking process, I was very scared. When I got into the big drunk tank cell, I was extremely scared because there were some scary looking people in there.
Yeah.
Then they moved me into another cell with people.
You went into an actual cell.
Yes.
You didn't go just from
and the bathroom was the toilet was not working and the water was not working.
Is there anybody to call?
Oh yeah, I knocked on the door. I was like, "Hey guard, our toilet's not working." And the guard just looked at me.
Right.
I'm serious, Chris. I told him that.
And he was like, "I don't know what
he goes, yeah, we'll get right on that."
Yeah, I'm sure they did. This is going to be a surprise since we have a moment. I too spent a night in jail.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I did not know this. What happened? Okay, now we need this story.
I did.
Me in jail is a given. You in jail is not.
Surprisingly, it didn't have to do with Tony Schumann either, the guy who put me into the fraternity. It wasn't his fault. No, it was my fault. I didn't pay like 100 parking tickets that I had at San Diego State. And anybody who went to San Diego State in my era would understand this. There was never anywhere to park, and you just had to leave your car and go to class. So I'd get parking tickets. I couldn't afford to pay any of them. And I got pulled over for, running a red light later on.
Like a warrant
a
for
bench
your arrest?
warrant, it was called.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I had so much money piled up. A bench warrant. And they took me into San Diego Municipal Jail downtown.
That's where I went.
Yeah, B Street.
Oh, I saw. You know what I saw? It said CE was here.
I did. I carved something out. Sure, I did. But I didn't ever have to go into my own cell. I did have to wait in the holding tank cell for, I don't want to say 5 or 6 hours.
Oh, that's nothing.
And if you're looking for a crazy story, I almost took a guy's cigarette and smoked it with him because I was so
nervous
and uptight. I'm like, yeah, give me one of those. And I'm like, wait, what am I doing?
Well, then you owe him something.
Right. I'm like, yeah, what am I doing? But yeah, and I will say this. I got out. But what I want to say, there's people who say this, and I don't necessarily disagree with them. Maybe everybody should spend one night in jail.
Maybe.
Is that overstating it? Because I'm going to tell you something. stole another pack of bubble gum again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that was enough. I'm like, no, there's no way I'm ever even want to go near that again.
Well, they have those programs where they bring in troubled teens and they have them stay over, and some of them go the right way, some of them continue down the wrong path. But here's a story about my stay. That is totally me. But when the food came around the next day, I was starving.
Oh my goodness.
And the guys in the cell, I was in the cell with like 7 or 8 other guys.
Oh my goodness.
And all of them were like, you shouldn't eat that, bro. They put tranquilizers in it. You shouldn't eat it. So I was like so hungry that I ate it anyway. Guess what? No tranquilizers. They just wanted my sandwich.
Oh, they wanted your sandwich.
Yes.
They were like, I wouldn't eat that. And if you said no, they would have eaten it.
Yes, of course.
All right. The show has already deteriorated. We're not even 30 minutes in. We're
talking
about
best stuff
spending
ever.
time in jail. When we come back, though, Keith Costigan, we'll get back to some sports here. Play-by-play broadcaster, MLS on Apple TV. Break down what happened to San Diego FC last night. They're still in first place, so that's the good news. Both Minnesota and Vancouver also lost, but a troubling evening for the local soccer club. We'll talk about that and what's ahead the rest of the way on Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Woods.
have been let go. Adam Klug just came in and said, I can't believe I hired a bunch of criminals. You guys are gone.
He did say that.
Michael Valenzuela backed him up immediately. Said,
Sorry,
yes,
everybody.
get rid of these losers and louses.
Uh-oh, our
man.
ride's here, Chris.
Yeah, right. We're out of here. It is Gwynn and Chris and
Goodness, I have to
Skraby.
fix your camera.
Well, it is just continuing. Oh, wait, you want me to try to sign in again? You're doing that thing?
You got to talk.
All right, I'll keep talking. I don't understand why the camera. Sorry about this. For those listening on the radio, you're like, what does that mean? We are on the YouTube channel, and everybody can watch the show. But the camera has been, my camera has been on the fritz the last couple of days. So Skraby's trying to get that organized as we get ready to talk a little MLS soccer here with Keith Costigan, play-by-play broadcaster. SDFC came up shy last night, 0-1. I don't think that's the proper way to announce the score, but they did not score and shut down by Toronto FC. So it'll be back to work for Mikey Veras' squad. I think their next game's against Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken. The team that has been right behind them.
Yeah, and it's huge for the standings.
Well, I think Minnesota. Let me see. I just clicked. You know, if you click the wrong button in the soccer location, you can't find this stuff very quickly. MLS, I'm begging you, get your own website that I know about, because I don't know where it is. I'm sure if I do MLS.com, maybe something will come up. But I try to find all my information right on ESPN. ESPN does not apparently care about MLS. They just flat out don't. Skraby, if you're on the line there, you can find all the European scores. You can find all of the Premier League stuff, standings, tables, schedules, whatever it is. The MLS stuff is buried and it's difficult to find. So that kind of bothers me a little bit.
That does bother me too.
But SDFC, yes, they are in first place. They do play Vancouver, which is a point behind them. Next, see, wow, they play them Saturday. It's coming up.
Yes,
so they got to go Wednesday, Saturday. So they got to go right back to work against Vancouver on Saturday night. Right now, San Diego FC 42 points, Vancouver 41. Minnesota has 40. So it's a three-team battle right now for the top spot. We'll talk a little more soccer in just a moment. What else is we had a good roundtable today. And I recommend, what are you showing me?
I texted you something. I made a typo on the sheet since we do everything in on the air.
Keith Costigan,
He's
analyst.
an analyst, not
Thank you
play-by-play.
very much.
I just want to make sure before I call him.
Before I exalt him as a play-by-play guy.
And he's like, actually, I'm an analyst.
Yeah, he's coming on here shortly. But roundtable was really good today. Ben Higgins hosting. Myself, we were all on there with Braden and also Paul Reindl. And that's coming up again. If you missed it this morning, it's an hour of commercial-free Padre talk. You'll hear it between 5 and 6 p.m. tonight. But what did we do? Well, you had another funny today.
I had another funny.
Yeah, like you're funny when we asked who the team MVP was through the first 2 months, and everybody said Manny or Fernando.
Was
or
it
Nick
my
Pavetta.
suite that I stayed in?
And that one you said it was Tyler Wade was your team MVP, and we all kind of gave you a hard time. No, today we did who was the most surprising player.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, Adrian Morejon.
And you said Adrian Morejon, and everybody. Or no, you said no. The category was most underrated.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, that's easy. Adrian Morejon. And everybody looked at you and like, how can he be underrated? He was on the All-Star team.
Because no one talks about him.
Well,
no one. How many times do
we
we spend minutes on Adrian Morejon? Never.
We're going to start spending more, Skraby, because I said it yesterday. I said it on the round table today. I am convinced. And I'm sure AJ Preller is going to get word of me being convinced about this and is going to laugh. But I'm convinced that he's going to try to trade Robert Suarez in the next couple of weeks. I just feel it. I don't see Robert Suarez at this point being anything but a major luxury. And luxuries are wonderful unless you have other major holes on your ball club. And the Padres have major holes. I think everybody understands this. They've got to improve offensively. Hopefully they're going to have enough starting pitching. But right now they are so loaded in the bullpen. I just believe Morejon and Jason Adam can close. And I think Robert Suarez can get the Padres the kind of player they need. But that's neither here nor there for the moment. What is important is that Keith Costigan, analyst, MLS Season Pass, Apple TV, joins us to talk a little football. Hello, Keith. How are you? Thanks for coming on the show today, sir.
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we always enjoy our Thursday conversation here on this program, talking a little MLS. Last night, Keith, SDFC, which has been, consistently, one of the, not only the top team, one of the top teams in the league, but offensively, they've been really good, scoring a bunch of goals, and they get shut out at home by Toronto. And your thoughts on this, and should we be concerned, or is it an overreaction to one game?
First off, it's not a result that I saw coming. I have to say that.
Yeah.
Toronto haven't had a good season. You look at Toronto's pieces in the attack and you say, no, they're not going to really trouble San Diego. But the first thing I would say to San Diego fans is I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't put that much stock into one result when you're given the performances and the outcomes over recent weeks. I think we see this in sports a lot where you have a big game coming up. Vancouver are right up there near the top of the West as well. That game's coming up this Saturday. You're hosting that this Saturday. And then you look at Toronto and people will tell you, no, we didn't overlook Toronto. We were only thinking about Toronto. But human nature is, you look at the league table and you say, no, they're not going to be that good. And all of a sudden you can see the goal and Toronto defend really well. So I think there's a little bit of that at play here, which is so much focus was going to be on that Vancouver game that players slightly overlooked this a little bit. The coaching staff didn't make that many changes. It was just one or two. Negri coming in, Pilcher coming in. Perhaps they don't always start as well. But I think overall for me to put too much stock into this would be silly for San Diego fans. I just think it's simply overlooking this game, maybe one eye on the game at the weekend, and because of that, you get punished and ultimately fall to defeat.
We're talking to Keith Costigan, analyst for Apple MLS, let me start that over. Analyst for Apple TV. I don't know why I'm forgetting what I'm talking about here. I promise you I'm not, I am a professional. But I wanted to ask you, because you called the Vancouver win last night, and so they're going to be coming into town. What is SDFC facing that maybe they haven't really seen this year?
Well, it's the second time these two teams have played each other. It was a couple of weeks ago where San Diego won 5-3 in Vancouver. They were electric. They scored almost every time they went forward. One of the issues is Milan Alofsky, who got 4 of those goals, is going to be moved on. So that's difficult. But the other part of this is Vancouver have switched systems since then. So last night they played in a defensive system with a back 3 rather than a back 4. And they look really, really fluid in that. And what I mean by fluid is they look like they balance defending well, not giving up many goal-scoring opportunities, and being a real threat on the counter-attack. So I think that's the issue at hand here. You're playing one of the best teams in the league this weekend at home. The positives are you've beaten them recently. The negatives are they're coming off one of their best performances of the season, and they're playing in a system that you didn't see a couple of weeks ago. So it all makes up for me, coming in as a neutral, commentating this game. I think it's going to be a spectacular matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you're right. San Diego, I think, I don't want to say they embarrassed them on their home pitch, but 5 goals is quite a bit. And Vancouver is going to be, they remember that. I do want to ask you about Alaska, because, look, we are still, getting our feet wet a little bit in the world of, soccer. And so a lot of us, and I'm raise my hand here, don't 100% understand him being loaned here to San Diego. And then they tried, I guess, to keep him in San Diego, but couldn't work something out. So he goes back to Europe. This is obviously very common. Can you just kind of explain the process? And, is this something that the MLS has, we see this often?
Yeah, clubs do this. I know, covering other sports or watching other sports, you don't have a loan system within it.
Right.
So a loan system basically allows for a club to take a look before purchasing or coming up with a prior agreement. Hey, we're going to take this player on loan, and at the end of that agreement, we will have an obligation to buy or sign that player. It's almost like getting to borrow a car from the dealership before you actually pay for it and seeing if you enjoy driving it around. Now, some of the issues there is if you don't have fixed language in the agreement, the club that loans them out may all of a sudden change the parameters of it. They might have seen that Milan Orlowski played well and said, we want more for Milan Orlowski now because he's playing so well. Or they might have had the ability to cut that loan short. So you kind of need that language set before the player arrives. I think the way he played, scoring 10 goals, 4 of those goals coming in that match against Vancouver, made him a little bit more of a hot commodity.
Yeah.
So going back now, that opens the door up for his parent club to perhaps sell him somewhere else. They can use the window. Obviously, it was good for San Diego that he got goals, but also good for his parent club because they can now say, well, this is a player, as we've always said, who's marketable, and now we can sell him for more based on what he did in his time at San Diego.
Is it possible that he was too successful for us in a sense? Like if he would have just toned it down a little, we could have kept him.
Yeah, if we could have just kept him quiet for a few weeks, got the deal over the line, and then get the 4 goals, that would have been perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, it's so hard to discuss without knowing the actual language in there.
Yeah.
But I also want to say, I think if you're a club, you have to be disciplined in the way you do things. So if San Diego had a number in mind and said, we're ready to pay this, and all of a sudden the parameters change just because of 1 or 2 performances, that's not good business either for San Diego. So you like the fact that they're being disciplined in their approach. They're not going to change their mindset based on 1 or 2 really, really good performances. I would imagine fans are a little bit disappointed, particularly because Milan's from the area. He's a hometown kid. But San Diego's done such good business so far. I would have faith in the fact that they have something cooking over the next few weeks to replace the outgoing Milan Orlowski.
We're talking to Keith Costigan, analyst for Apple TV. He's going to be on the call for this weekend's game between Vancouver and SDFC. And my question is, like, as an expansion team, they've played so well, and a lot of the guests that we've had on are just, like, impressed by how they've played. But who would you give the credit to if you had to choose one, like the GM, the coach, or the players? Who is the one responsible for putting this season together, you think?
Oh, that is a great question. I'll try not to sit on the fence because I do think everybody deserves some credit. You sign a player, you have to be able to identify that player, but then that player has to deliver. I would still go for the coach. I've seen teams sign players that I know are good players, and the coach be unable to implement that player in a system, get the best out of them. I think Mikey Varas has done that as a coach because you look at young players like Verhoeven and Luca Bombino, they've delivered this season. Then you look at a player like Tverskov in the middle of midfield, who I don't think many in MLS knew about. He's delivered. And then you look at the designated players, the big name players who you're saying, look, we're going to pay you more. You have to give us more. Chucky Lozano and Anders Dreyer, they have been sensational. So I think when you add up all of those elements, you have to look at the job Mikey Varas has done. And I think he's in the conversation for Coach of the Year. I think BJ Callahan in Nashville is right up there with him as well. But the fact that the coach has got the best out of so many different groups of players, young, veteran players, designated players, I would have to go for him as the number one. But GM not far behind, and the players have obviously delivered as well. But Mikey Varas, for me, should take slightly more credit than everybody else for the job so far.
I think that was a great answer, except for the part where you told him that was a good question, because he's going to be annoying to deal with now the rest of the day.
You know, only one of us has gotten a good question today.
Yeah, right. I can't ask a good one, and this probably won't be a good one either. The Leagues Cup is coming up at the end of the month. Talk a little bit about what this is all about for those, again, that are not surprised, because we've seen it now in the NBA. They actually have a tournament during the season, but we're not familiar with it. The MLS are going to go on hiatus for a little while. How does this all work, and what is at stake for SDFC and the league in this Leagues Cup that starts at the end of the month?
Well, that is a great question.
There we go. Thank you.
All right, I got to come up with another one.
That's right.
This is a tournament that I think is a great idea that MLS and Liga MX have implemented. Over the last couple of years, we've seen this rivalry grow between Liga MX teams from Mexico's top league, and MLS. And I think, San Diego being a border team, the fact that you get the chance to go up against big teams. I know you guys played Club America recently in a friendly. I just think that's added competition, added exposure for the team, for that ever expanding fan base right down there on the border, or south of the border into Mexico. So what's at stake is you can win an opportunity to play in CONCACAF Champions Cup, which is a regional tournament which has teams from all over CONCACAF, from Central America, from Mexico, from Canada, which can be quite lucrative. If you win that, you can go all the way to Club World Cup, which is every 4 years, which you've just seen take place here in North America over the last 2 weeks. So much on the line. But I almost start with the simple thing as players, is bragging rights. You want to play against the best teams in Mexico. You want to start to say, hey, look, MLS is better than Liga MX. And part of that is performing in these matchups. And that's why it's so exciting. And I think even more so for San Diego than anybody else, because you have the best of both worlds, being a border town and being so close to Mexico, and seeing what they've done with their football league over the last decade. It's going to be an exciting time. MLS will still play. There'll be a slight pause in terms of for a week, but the MLS games will still keep coming as well.
Okay.
So you have to balance both, but it's exciting to play against international opposition and showcase why you're a team that can compete not just in North America, but anywhere in this region as well.
So that's kind of the way I thought about this, Keith. We appreciate the time. As you guys have been great to us at Apple TV, but these tournaments are the kinds of things that can elevate the MLS as a whole in the minds of soccer people, right? I mean, if you do well, it just looks good for the whole league, right?
Yeah, and you have, when you talk about, we cover teams all over the country. A city like San Francisco, or even north. I've gone to Minnesota and done a Club America game. They have fans that come out in numbers. So the idea behind that is you may have fans in San Diego that support other teams from Liga MX. They come out to watch them, but they leave impressed with what they've seen from San Diego. So you have the chance to, continue to build your fan base. San Diego FC, 1 year in, we've all been impressed with what's happening, but you're still building that fan base. And the idea that you can kind of tap into that market as well, which is here in America, which, we have so many Liga MX fans here in America. You look at the numbers, television numbers for those games here, and they're incredible. So you have the opportunity to open up a fan base, to bring in young fans. And, maybe they're coming to watch somebody else initially, but they're leaving talking about you. So I think for Mikey Varas, for San Diego, for you guys in the neighborhood, that's
all right. Well, enjoy your time in San Diego. Enjoy the match. Saturday night should be a great one. And Keith, thanks so much for the time. We really like talking soccer with all you guys, and we'll hopefully catch up with you down the road, sir. Thank you.
Anytime, guys. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff there. Talking MLS, talking SDFC, and Keith Costigan, the analyst, the analyst for MLS. This tournament is going to be weird to us, but it's going to be more important to the club and the league than we think. Because they're going to be playing teams that have a following, especially south of the border. Yep. They're going to want to come and watch their team play this team.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of bragging rights.
I'm trying to get on the executive director of the tournament for next week to explain a little bit for us.
All right. Well, before that, you got the big match against Vancouver Saturday night, and I like what he said. Maybe SDFC was indeed looking ahead last night. Got tripped up by Toronto getting ready for that Vancouver match. It makes sense. When we come back, another athlete has been robbed while he's been traveling. This is a story that is not going away. We'll kick that around. All-Star Game ratings are in, and Daily Gambit. Stick around. More Gwynn and Chris. Winners tomorrow when the unofficial second half of the Major League Baseball season gets underway for the Padres in Washington, D.C. Dylan Cease, 3-9 for the Padres. Michael Soroka, 3-7. Right-hander will go for the Nats. Soroka has despite his record and an ERA over 5, has a much better whip than Dylan Cease does. Soroka's 1.16. Dylan Cease, unsightly, Skraby, 1.33. And here's something I didn't even know that I hadn't really ferreted out yet about.
I love it when you say ferreted.
Right, I know. I hadn't dug into this yet. Do you know how many games Dylan Cease has won this year on the road?
I'm going to say 0.
0. He has not won a game on the road this year. He's 0-6 with a 6.27 ERA. Now, both you and I think a lot of people, think that Cease is going to have a resurgence here in the second half. Either that or they believe he's going to need a resurgence in the second half. And hopefully it'll start tomorrow in the ballpark that he pitched a no-hitter in last year.
Yeah.
But 0-6 and 6.27. Yikes.
That's not good.
Horrendous.
Horrendous is
it is. I don't think you can say it any other way.
You know, some people forget too, like, this is a contract year for him. And not saying, you know, he's not pitching up to where we think he thinks he should pitch.
I you know, you're right. And the other part is I said that a lot of fans are, you know, expecting a resurgence, hoping or think he needs a resurgence. There are other fans that just hope AJ Preller can ship him out of town and try to get something in return. I don't think that's really the smart way to go. I mean, if you trade Dylan Cease for another starting pitcher, are you better off? You need.
It depends.
Okay, I know. If the other guy comes in and goes 10-0, then obviously it's a smart move.
But you're probably not going to get a player the quality of Dylan Cease or the perceived quality.
Yeah, right. Dylan Cease still has value despite his struggles. Why? Because he's shown in 2 of the previous 3 years that he's one of the best pitchers in the league. Just hasn't shown it yet this season. A couple of other quick notes before we get to the Daily Gambit. Just in, 9-time NBA All-Star. Who's this, Skraby?
I know, it's Dame time.
Dame time. Damian Lillard is back with the Portland Trail Blazers. Well, not yet. He's going to have to sit out all next season, right, with a torn Achilles. But Lillard has signed a 3-year, $42 million contract. He will return to the Pacific Northwest as a Trailblazer whenever it is that he is able to play again. So that's going to make some news today for sure. The other story is this, and we're getting tired of reading these, but I think we're going to have to keep reading them, Skraby, until something is done. And I don't have the answer 100%. Arizona Diamondback star Ketel Marte was burglarized while he was gone from his Scottsdale, Arizona home, traveling for the All-Star break.
I did not see this.
Yeah. Quote, high-dollar residential burglary, believed to have happened Tuesday night. Numerous personal items, jewelry, was stolen. Nobody was home, fortunately. But anyway, Maricopa County Assessor's Office showed that Marte owns a home on the block where this investigation is. So this is, according to police, I would think that it's pretty accurate. This is just the latest, right? It started, I don't want to say where it started, but Joe Burrow was in there.
Yeah.
Several football players, Patrick Mahomes.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah. The leagues, and people are going to say, well, the leagues have to start doing something about this. The police certainly don't have time to protect every single home in every single city. I mean, I'm not going to try to necessarily stick up for them, but they have other things they have to do.
Let me ask you this, Chris.
But can baseball cover all of this? My answer to that is no.
I agree.
So the only answer is that these players, high profile or not, are going to have to start investigating in some home security of their own. Didn't Burrow say that he had done that, or Mahomes, or somebody said, "Hey, I just hired a bunch of people that are going to be watching my house now."
Burrow was supposed to buy a Batmobile, and he didn't because he was afraid after that whole thing. But Ketel Marte is making – he just signed a 6-year, $116 million extension.
He can afford it.
Here's what I want to say, though. Why do these athletes not keep their valuables like this in a different location where they can store these types of things.
Not convenient, I would think.
I get it, but do you want your home broken into?
Every time you wear a gold chain, your favorite gold chain, do you want to drive to the bank, take it out of the safety deposit box, wear it, and bring it back?
I'm not a gold chain guy. So
Me neither, but I'm just assuming that that's the reason that they don't, put that stuff away. Anyway, this is a bit of it's an issue, and I mean, I feel for these players. Here's the scary thing, Skrabe. I don't even want to go here, but I can't help it. One of these times, somebody's going to burglarize one of these homes, and somebody's family is going to still be there.
Oh, yeah.
While they're traveling.
Yeah.
And, I don't want anything to happen. Let's
I agree.
just leave it there.
I agree. But
Fortunately, here, nobody was home, so you lose some items. Okay, hopefully you can get them back, but they're just items. If Ketel Marte or any other high profile, I wouldn't even say high profile. Could be anybody, really. The whole team travels. It's not just the high profile guys. The broadcasters travel. The writers travel.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, Skrabe, correct me if I'm wrong, pretty easy to come up with somebody's address, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
It's not too hard.
Not too hard to come up with almost anybody's address you want.
True.
So
if you really dig deep, you can find it.
This is a really scary thing because they know the schedule's out there. They know when these guys are gone, guys and gals, WNBA, whatever it might be. I mean, I'm going to say this. I don't think that every player in every sport can afford, Ketel Marte can, Travis Kelce can, but can every player in every sport afford some, protection 40 times a year while they're gone?
Well, I'm assuming
that's asking a lot.
I'm assuming that these criminals are going after the
higher
profile ones. And if they're a higher profile one, then you probably have a little bit of money that you could put aside for security, or just make your team pay for it. Be like, hey, Diamondbacks, I need to feel safe contract here. Yeah. But he just signed it, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, I don't even like sharing these stories, but it's definitely newsworthy, and it's going to be newsworthy until something is changed. Now, at the bottom of the story, it says, look, the FBI has warned sport leagues about this, and the NFL and NBA have issued security alerts to their athletes. That doesn't change anything as far as I'm concerned.
Alert.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's not going to help protect me. The All-Star game did not do well in the ratings, despite the
relatively
the
did not
off.
Do well.
Well, relative to what? Relative
the other All-Star games are by far and away crushes them.
But it already did that.
Yeah, I know. But
here's what I'm going to compare it to: it was a 3.5% decrease from last year's All-Star game. So I'm comparing it to last year.
What was last year? I don't understand. Oh, was it Paul Skeens? Did he do it?
I don't know. The point of the matter is All-Star game viewership continues to go down. And I think that's an issue that these leagues have to keep looking at.
I can't explain that.
The home run derby increased by 5% the night before.
I think a lot of these things have to do with just random factors like people being on vacation, not last year, but they are this year type of thing.
I don't know. Maybe it's actually true that we honestly just want to see a home run derby and we could care less about the stupid game anymore.
Maui says on the chat about Ketel Marte, how about not wearing jewelry during games and showing off what you own? I don't disagree with that.
I don't disagree with that. But again, look, some people have a nice car. What is it, not ever drive it? Got to leave it in your garage?
Maybe. No, of course not.
I mean, you want to show off the stuff you get. That's why you get it.
But like Toddy was wearing,
I understand what was said there. I don't like it though. I don't like saying,
yeah, you should be able to wear jewelry without being concerned about your house being broken into.
Don't wear your expensive stuff if you're worried about losing it. Well, remember the San Francisco 49er guy, Ricky, the wide receiver.
Oh, Pearsall.
Yeah, was wearing his watch. Yeah. Got shot.
Yes, he did.
And everybody said, well, what a dummy. Why was he wearing his watch?
I mean, he was wearing a watch.
He bought his watch. He wanted to wear it. I mean, does that mean he deserves to be shot?
And no, absolutely not.
Okay.
But a $10,000 watch is, I mean, you're carrying a lottery ticket on your hand. if it were me, I would not be wearing that watch.
If it were me, I wouldn't buy it in the first place, but I'm not me, or they're not me.
No,
Did I understand that?
they're not going to be.
Right.
They're not going to be like you and buy Blackhawks shirts.
Yes, which I don't think anybody's going to want to rob necessarily. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to do our daily Gambit. There are absolutely no games of any kind in any sport tonight. Nothing. There's not a WNBA. They're on the All-Star break. The WNBA.
Not even SDFC.
There's no.
Or not SDFC.
No,
MLS,
there's no
I mean.
MLS. There, you can't find a game tonight. So we'll see what we do in the Gambit when we come back.
Well, this is interesting.
We will check some traffic and see what's that's all about.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego.
At Ralph's, you never
At 3:17, welcome back. Got a couple hours to go, then you'll hear the Padres Roundtable, commercial-free hour. Padre Talk, with hosted by Ben Higgins, but including all of us.
Ben does such a great job.
He's really good at it. He's really good at it.
He keeps it together. He spreads it out.
Yeah. Yeah. He even goes to you for a question once in a while.
And sometimes he looks at me and I know he's coming to me and I'm like, oh no.
You don't even know what you don't know what you're going to say.
Yes.
Quick note, Padres play the Nationals this weekend. They play the Marlins next week. Marlins just got some bad news.
Oh.
Connor Norby, really good young third baseman.
Yeah.
Broken hamate bone, 6 to 8 weeks. That's the one that I think it's somewhere.
It's in your. It's like right here.
Right. Yeah,
in like the it's in like the bottom part of your hand where the wrist is.
6 to 8 weeks for him. And I hope for him it's only 6 to 8 weeks. I think Mike Trout missed like 7 years with that injury.
Tony broke his hamate.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did not know.
Tommy Pham broke his hamate when he was with the Padres.
So anyway, Connor Norby, good player, young player for the Marlins.
How did you do that when there's no games? Did it happen last week or something? It had to have.
I'm assuming it was something that he started feeling some discomfort and they checked on it. And yeah, anyway. All right. We got a daily Gambit. There's no games tonight, but there is stuff we can look forward to in the wagering world.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo!
If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Stick around. In 20 minutes, we have the 30-mile zone, and we have some amazing stories today. Chris brought me one that I did not see, that I cannot believe happened.
And you're still laughing about it.
I've been laughing about it since you told me about it.
I know.
It's insane. So stick around for that. But reviewing the bets that we did yesterday, we had Toronto FC at SDFC. We both chose, or SDFC was -1.5 on the spread. We both chose SDFC. Toronto won 1-0, so we lose that
We
one.
lost on the
total
the
goals
home side there.
Total goals over under 3.5. You went over, I went under.
I didn't come close.
It was 1.
You know that SDFC had scored 2 or more in 6 consecutive matches. That's quite good.
That is good.
But they got blanked last night.
Philadelphia Union -1.5 against Montreal. You chose Montreal. I chose the Union, and the Union won, but they didn't win by enough. 2-1. So you win that one.
Very
Liberty -10 last night. Who were they playing?
Indiana without
the
Caitlin
Fever, yeah.
Clark.
And we both chose Liberty. Both of us were correct. Liberty won 98-77. Who had more points in that game for the Liberty? Brianna Stewart or Sabrina Ionescu? We both said Stewart. We were both correct. Stewart had 24. Ionescu had 15. And then
that's because Ionescu was being covered by a high school kid in the second half, and she couldn't get open.
Chris will never forget
No, I'm not going to
that.
give her a break on that one. I'm not giving her a break on that one.
Paige Beckers, over under 17.5 points for her Dallas Wings last night. Chris said over. I said under. Chris was correct. She had 20.
Good job. Paige Beckers has been really good, and you know, as advertised, a lot of pressure, right, to be good.
Totally.
When you're Paige Beckers, and she's brought it every single time.
I'm with
good
you.
for her.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to start with?
Yeah, do some of these future bets here, and let me know what you got.
All right.
Because
so,
the second half, we got a lot of baseball stuff.
Yes. Here. American League MVP. Aaron Judge is leading the way, but then
he's favored, right?
Yeah, okay. -650. And then you got Cal Raleigh +370, Tarek Skubal +8,000. Cedon Rafaela +10,000.
He's been really good for the Red Sox. We don't follow the American League too much around here, but I think he had an RBI in like every game the last month of the season. I mean, he's been really good. But if you look at those odds, the third choice is +8,000.
Yeah.
Which means It's not going to be any
It's
of
not
those
close.
guys. Right. It's going to be either Judge or Raleigh. It comes down to those two.
Can I tell you what's really annoying about this?
Okay.
They have Mike Trout listed in the MVP.
Do they
odds,
really?
plus
Yeah.
25,000.
Well,
the
there's
guy
probably some
was
people
hurt.
Probably some people want to waste some money on him.
If you do that bet,
That's a waste of
you
money.
are a dummy.
Yeah, just give us the money. I hope Cal Raleigh wins the MVP, not because I'm anti-Aaron Judge, but I do want to see Raleigh break the record for catchers, for switch hitters. And I think the fact that he's a catcher, I think ought to give him the nod over Aaron Judge, who's having just a typical good season, really good.
Victim of his own success.
I think so. I think Cal Raleigh should potentially get that. We'll
All right.
see.
Let's move to the NL MVP. Shohei Ohtani leads the way minus 1,100. Then you got PCA plus 700.
PCA is the well, you know how people look at that WAR rating, Skraby. I don't, but everyone else does.
I know.
PCA is way ahead of everybody except Aaron Judge in WAR.
Yeah.
PCA way up there.
Juan Soto is third. I cannot believe that.
It's annoying.
I mean, he's not having a terrible year.
Don't you think Manny should be ahead of him in the balloting?
Manny's not even close to the top. Manny's plus 7,500 with Fernando. You got guys like James Wood, who's having a great year, but he's not going to win MVP for a terrible team.
Right.
You got guys like Ronald Acuna Jr. who been hurt. You have who is the other one? I mean, Kyle Tucker's pretty good. But anyway, there's some guys above them that I think Manny should be rated over.
I think you could get a nice price on Manny.
Plus 7,500.
It's interesting because we talked about it the other day. Bryce Harper or Manny? Who's had a better career? Look at the numbers. They will tell you Manny. But look at the awards, and they will tell you Harper.
Yep.
So
That's true.
it's interesting.
I think it was Chris Rose the other day on his podcast. They talked about Manny being underrated. And they were like, if you look at the numbers, Manny has like over 200 hits more than Bryce Harper. And that's a lot of hits.
And he has way over 150 more games played.
Yeah, that's a
the
lot.
thing that means a lot to Manny. I know that.
Yeah. And then some of so for the Padres, their regular season wins over under 87.5. It doesn't seem like it moved at all, but
That's about where they were at the beginning of the year,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So it doesn't
Well,
move.
all right. Let's just say that 87 is what they're predicting. Padres have 66 games left.
21 wins.
To get to 87, they need 35 more wins. You are the worst math guy I've ever seen.
66 to 87. Isn't that 21?
What I'm saying is they have 52 wins right now. To get to 87, they need 35 more.
I was adding the total number of games.
You're terrible. But to get to 87, they'd have to go 35 and 31. Seems very doable.
It does.
I will also say this. I don't think 87 is going to make it if I'm the Padres.
Probably not.
With so many teams chasing them, I think they're going to need 90. So in this particular wager, I'm better bet over.
You're gonna bet
87,
over.
because if they get under 87, they're not going to make the postseason, I don't think.
Yeah, there's no way I could say that they're going to be under 87.5 wins. They're definitely going to be over. Dodgers, do you still think they win 100 or more games?
It's really looking rather unlikely now.
Yeah. But that's their over under total.
Nobody has 60 wins yet. Not even the Tigers, the best record in baseball. No one has 60. So it's been, that way all year.
Let me look for the Rockies real quick.
No kidding. Good one.
Do they even list them? I'm looking through.
I'm looking through too. I don't see them.
I don't see them either. You know what? They don't want anybody to make a bet on them.
Why?
Because they're probably going to lose money.
The Rockies right now are on pace to go 37 and 125.
The Rockies are legitimately not even listed.
You're right. They're not listed. So,
and it's because people would say under.
I think everybody'd go under. Yeah. And then they might take a bath.
That's hilarious, actually.
Poor Rockies. All right. We got a couple of games we can bet on for tomorrow night. We don't have much of a show tomorrow, Scrape, so we can put some wagers down. Padres, Washington, 8.5 runs for the opener tomorrow. I got to go under, counting on Dylan Cease to pitch a no-hitter. Sorry, Dylan, but I'm expecting a lot.
I'm going to go under.
You're going to go
I remember
under?
a couple years ago when I was on pre and post game, they started the second half in Washington, and Jake Cronworth hit for the cycle.
That was a
and Tommy
big one.
Pham almost hit for the cycle too.
I do remember that. Minnesota at Colorado. Here are the Rockies. You can get Minnesota, and you only have to give 1.5 runs. Pitching for the Twins tomorrow, Chris Paddock. I don't know if that means anything. I'm going to take the Rockies. For the first time all year, I think plus 1.5. I think the Rockies I think they're going to get going a little. They have been playing better, believe it or not, although still losing all the time.
Did you see this while you were on your break? And I'm hoping this is true, and this is not something I just saw floating around the internet, but Dylan Cease is now dating Chris Paddock's ex-girlfriend.
I didn't see that floating around anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't like that?
Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, come on.
I'm joking, everybody. I just wanted to see if Chris had seen it.
I don't think you're joking.
No, I mean, I don't think that Chris Paddock's ex-girlfriend is going to rub off on Dylan Cease and make him bad. But that's what people are saying, Chris. That's what people are saying. I'm going to go Twins.
Paddock, you're going to go with him.
Yeah.
Toronto minus 1.5 against San Francisco. That's up north of the border. I brought this one in because Justin Verlander gets the start for the Giants. He's 0-7. He hasn't won a game yet. Interesting that the Giants would go with him to start the second half. Who do you like here? Toronto minus 1.5.
Toronto's playing such good baseball.
They
I
are.
gotta say them.
Get the best record in the league. I'll take Verlander. He's got to win a game just by luck. All right, strikeouts tomorrow. Dylan Cease minus 1 versus Chris Paddock. Different games, but I'm going to go with Cease because he's going to pitch a no-hitter. So I'll go there.
You start
Paddock
with that.
or Cease. You get Paddock plus 1 if you want it.
No, I mean, Dylan Cease is a strikeout guy. I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, he's been getting the strikeouts, even though he's not been successful. All right. Luis Arise plus Manny Machado versus CJ Abrams and James Woods tomorrow night.
Plus Manny Machado.
You get Arise and Machado versus Abrams and Wood. Most hits.
Oh.
Who do you like here?
Well,
Tomorrow night's game. Who gets more hits?
If Abram and Wood combine for more hits, the Padres fans are going to lose their mind. But I'm going to go with the Rise and Machado.
You're going to go with the SD club there. I will too. And just basically so that I can keep my sanity.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Every time Abrams and Woods do something, is it Woods or Wood?
Wood.
Yeah. Every time they do something, the fan base revolts. Tomorrow, PCA versus Boston, 1.5 total bases. Tired of PCA. I'm going under.
You're going to go under.
Yeah. PCA has a second half slump. I don't know why I'm rooting against the kid, but I just have that mean streak in me, I guess.
This is hits, runs, RBIs?
Total bases.
Total
so
bases.
A single is 1, double is 2, that type of thing.
And you said what? Under?
Under 1.5.
I'm going to go over. I have to see him fail first.
All right. Coming up next, we have our 30-mile zone. That is sports off the beaten path. And a couple of these stories are funny. Stick around for them as Gwynn and Chris continues.
Ben and
All right, we got so much in the 30-mile zone today that we got to get right to it, Skraby. You got a bunch of stories. I just found a bunch of them, too. I think there's a lot of fun stuff going on. Sports plus, as they say. Clay Thompson has a very high-profile girlfriend now.
I almost yelled out her name, but we're going to save it.
We'll find out about that and the rest of the 30-mile zone stuff right now.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
A little busy on some of our freeways. Northbound 5, an accident has cleared near Main and Division. We still have this crash on northbound 805 near the 15. Couple vehicles involved. It's over to the left shoulder. Westbound King Freeway just before the 125. Accident being cleared out of the fast lane. We've also got a collision on East 8 at the northbound 67 connector ramp. South 15 near West Bernardo, a collision involving a couple vehicles. One's in the center divide, the other over to the right shoulder. Northbound 15 before Valley Parkway, a collision not showing if lanes are blocked, and getting reports of an accident blocking lanes East 78 near Bear Valley Parkway. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
If you don't know your sports gossip, can you really call yourself a sports fan? It's time to bring together sports and celebrity gossip. We call it the 30-mile zone, mainly so we don't get sued by the real company. On 97.3 The Fan.
All right, let's start with the one that I have been laughing about ever since Chris told me. This might be the best 30-mile zone story that we have ever
like
told.
this one.
It is. It's so ridiculous that the Minnesota Twins.
Let's just say this. Yeah, the Minnesota Twins front office, maybe the dumbest people ever.
Or the board people. I don't know who did this, but come on. So Livy Dunn was watching Paul Skeens last Friday at Target Field.
Sitting in the stands.
And so during one of the in-between innings things, they put up a celebrity look-alike game type of thing.
Right.
So they put up a picture of the celebrity.
And then they try to find a fan who looks like the celebrity. Right.
They put up Livy Dunn on the left side. As the celebrity. They put up a girl who they thought looked like Livy Dunn. Didn't realize it was the actual Livy Dunn. This is ridiculous.
She saw it and was just laughing hysterically.
She is. I see her in the thing, and which is good for her. I give her a hard time, but I think that she took it in the right way.
That's pretty funny, actually, that they would make a mistake like this.
Her boyfriend is pitching in the game.
Yes,
what makes you think that she's not there?
Right. They should have made the connection. But I my laugh on this is picturing the guy upstairs who is looking at all of the cameras as they try to find celebrity looks like, being, oh my goodness, there's somebody who looks like Livy Dunn. This is great.
Yes.
And then realizing that it actually was Livy Dunn.
Yeah, that's insane. That's like a mistake that maybe I would
like
make.
That one. It's a good, funny one.
It's really crazy. I cannot believe that.
Here's one before you get back to it. This is how you make chicken salad out of you know what.
Okay.
You know the saying? Chicken salad? Yeah. Do you know Brooks Nader is? Nader? I don't either, but I'm going to tell you who she is. She's a Sports Illustrated model.
Okay.
Uh-oh. She was at Wimbledon recently.
Oh, yes.
And she was wearing all white outfit.
I'm surprised you're bringing this up.
Well, I think it's a good example of how to, deal with things like this that happen in the world. She's wearing all white because that's what all people do at Wimbledon anyway, right? It's a white. All the players have to wear white, so a lot of the celebrities wear white. Anyway, she had a bit of a mishap with the white outfit. I don't know quite how I'm going to explain this, Skraby.
Feminine problem.
Feminine issue. Thank you.
I shouldn't say problem.
She had a feminine issue, and people could see the result of that feminine issue in her white outfit.
Yep.
So instead of it being like the world's most embarrassing thing that ever happened to her, which I would say is pretty embarrassing, she has rebounded quickly, and she has signed a collaboration deal with the Kotex tampon company, and now she's got herself an endorsement
I think you're right. This is
That's
exactly
making
how you
chicken
handle
salad out of
this is exactly how you handle it. It's
Yeah.
it's a natural thing. It's not like no one ever has
yes,
had this
it's happened to
happen
other people before.
You
Sure.
could go in one direction and go hide and be
That's
like, why are
right.
they putting this online?
Yes.
Or you can go in this direction and poke fun at yourself
Face
and
it.
make money at the same time.
Face it, poke a little fun at yourself, and look, she got an endorsement out of it.
She got an endorsement. Yeah, I did see that, and I do think she handled this really
I think
well.
it's a little bit of a little example of how all of us should try to look at things. We can't always do it, right? I mean, you do something embarrassing, and sometimes you do want to run and hide.
Yes, you do.
All
right. So this is not sports related, but this has taken over the internet. And it was at a Coldplay concert last night at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough.
Okay, well, that's sports related then. It was
okay, all right, it was at the stadium. All right, there we go. Well,
Coldplay was playing in the concert. Okay.
Coldplay was playing, and they put up on their video screen, it looks like they were looking for couples in the audience.
They were looking for couples that were canoodling.
Now, go look at the video, Chris, because I'm about to play the video.
Oh, well, you know what? I can't. I signed off because you changed cameras.
All right. Well, here,
So
you can look at mine over here.
I got you. Okay.
Here's what happened at the concert last night, and I'll explain after for those who can't see.
So they're showing the people in the crowd, and they're looking for couples.
And Chris Martin is like emceeing kind of.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Oh, because they ducked out of the way. As soon as the camera...
As soon as the camera
as soon as
went
they
to
saw
them.
themselves on the camera, they ducked out of there. And so he said either they're having an affair or... I guess he was right. They turned out they're having an affair, right?
Look, I'm going to pause this, Chris, on his face when he realized.
It wasn't great, yeah.
His face is like, oh no, my life is over. Now, I will say this, if you're going to be cheating, and they're both married, and
not going to be married for much longer.
No, but this is the sad part about it, I think, is that like there's kids involved and there's other spouses involved as well that didn't know this was happening. But the guy's name is Andy Byron, and he's having an affair.
We have to give his name out and everything?
Well, it's all over the internet.
Oh, okay.
Chris.
All right.
And it has an affair. The affair was with HR chief Kristen Cabot. And now I found what I thought was an apology from Andy. And this is another unfortunate part of our society, is now you cannot believe anything that you see online because someone put up an apology that apparently is not the real apology. And in that apology, he's like putting blame on Coldplay. But the internet has taken this to a new level. And I obviously do not agree with what these people are doing because it's not cool to cheat on your spouse. But I don't like how our society just jumps on it and decides that now we're going to take these people down and we're going to make their life horrible.
Oh.
Like their life is already pretty horrible right now. And I understand you got caught at a concert, which is your fault. You should not be canoodling, as Chris said, in front of cameras in the public if you don't want to get caught. But this is worldwide, Chris.
I'm happy to see this happen once at least.
Wait, what?
I'm happy to see this happen.
Oh, I thought you said you have seen it happen.
No, I'm not happy for I'm really not happy for. I don't care less about these two people. I could care less about these two people, Andy and whoever. Could care
Kristen.
less. Don't care what happens to them. The people that I really do feel bad for, his wife, her husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the people we should care about here.
Yeah.
But having said that, look, you're going to go out in public and cheat on your significant other. Wouldn't it be nice if we all could video everybody who is doing stuff like that?
That's what I'm saying.
I know we can't, but I like the fact that somebody, maybe the next time somebody elsewhere will think twice before they go to a concert and cheat on their significant other.
Why don't they just not cheat in the first place?
Right. That's what I just said. Think twice. Don't cheat.
I get it. And
that's what I'd like to see.
I get it. And they did get caught. It was hilarious that Chris Martin called it out.
I love it.
On the screen.
I love it.
They're either really shy or they're having an affair.
They were having the affair, and they were. One last bit of advice, I guess, if you have to cheat, you have to go to the Coldplay concert. Maybe hands off each other for a couple of hours anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
just in case
Yeah.
the camera's looking.
I think that this is totally their fault. But yeah, you're right. This is very unfortunate for the other two families involved because now their parents are
Right. I care
their
about
parents
those people.
are you
Forever
know,
changed.
Yeah, forever changed. Real quick, this hour 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by US Wellness Meats. Top 10 must-haves for grilling season. 1, meat. 2, meat. 3, lots of meat. Well, you get the picture. Grill the best tasting meats on the planet from uswellnessmeats.com. New customers receive 20% off and will deliver right to your door for free. Now, this happened in the Home Run Derby, and after Brent Rooker was eliminated from the competition, there was I guess the camera panned over to him, and he was sitting there feeding his young child. And
Brent Rooker.
Yeah. And it's just
like spoonfuls of food.
No, just like a bottle has his kid on his
Okay.
lap. He's watching the Home Run Derby. He's just giving her, I believe it's her, bottle. And someone on the internet said, personally, hold on. Said, hey, Rooker, did you really need to feed your baby on camera? Sometimes people just want to see you play. So Brent Rooker went and replied to this, which I do like Brent Rooker for this because he does this often. He said, yes, it was necessary to feed my 11-month-old child her nighttime bottle at like 9 p.m. Thank you for asking. Well, guess what? The internet has turned on this person for saying this. Because
Turned on Brent Rooker?
No,
Oh,
for
good.
the person who said that. Because one said 17 home runs and feeding your kid? That's boss status. Another one said, personally, I think one of the best things is seeing people be loving parents who are there for their kids as much as possible. That is the ultimate home run. I'm sure with the ball player's schedule, he doesn't get to give his child a bottle all that often. Maybe it's something he doesn't want to miss out on if he doesn't have to, or maybe he wanted to give his wife a break. Good on him for being a dad. I liked in this case that the internet came to Brent Rooker's defense, and they have shamed this guy out of Twitter, basically, because that was a dumb comment by this guy. Like, this is what we have out there, Chris. Hey, Rooker, did you really need to feed your baby on camera? And I agree with those people. I think Brent Rooker doing this at the Home Run Derby is a manly thing to do. There's nothing wrong with this. And I'm glad that the internet came to his defense.
I got nothing to add.
Okay.
100% agree with you.
All right. Did you see that Shohei Ohtani was joking with Robert Suarez on Monday night? I missed this completely. But Shohei Ohtani and Robert Suarez were seen interacting. And apparently Shohei Ohtani was joking with Robert Suarez that his ribs still hurt after he hit him with a pitch.
Oh, right. Yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Plunked him pretty good.
Yeah. And this is why I can't hate Shohei Ohtani. Because he does stuff like this. He disarms me. And instead of, being mad, he goes over to Robert Suarez and they share a laugh about the fact that Robert Suarez plunked him in the ribs. And I think that's pretty cool.
It's cool, but is there a little part of you, like there is a little part of me, that would like Shohei Ohtani to completely avoid Robert Suarez moving forward? Because he doesn't like getting hit and plunked by the San Diego pitcher. And therefore, reminding me that these two teams are competing against each other. And I just think there's too much fraternization.
I get it. But this is an event for fraternization.
Well,
I can say that word.
Again, Bob Gibson didn't think so. When he used to go to the All-Star game, he didn't talk to anybody.
Bob Gibson needs to lighten up.
I love Bob Gibson. I want more Bob Gibson.
But it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
I'm giving you this one.
Okay.
I'm giving you this one.
It's kind of funny. But Shohei did joke. He came up to him like this, Chris, and he was like, my ribs.
Okay.
I think that's kind of funny.
No, that's okay. I'm good.
All right. Let's see what else we have today. Oh,
Well, you didn't do Klay Thompson yet.
Oh, you
Got
do
it.
it.
Megan the Stallion
Yes.
is soon to be potentially Megan the Thompson.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if they're that serious, but I know that that's the big rumor in
Yep.
relationship now. I don't even think it's rumor. I think it's
No.
pretty much
They've been out and
confirmed
about,
now.
and they're
Yeah.
holding hands. And she said
Right.
he's the nicest person
Good.
she's ever met.
Good for both of them. Good for both of
I
them.
agree with that.
I have no issues there. Did you hear Now, this I think is rumor more than fact. Tom Brady / Sofia Vergara.
Oh, he's been linked to a bunch of different actresses
it's true.
lately.
He's been linked to just about
Like
everybody he
Dakota
comes in contact
Johnson,
with.
Yeah,
I know.
but he has been caught at dinner with Sofia Vergara,
Right,
a couple times.
All right.
I mean, he's a single guy.
Yes, there's nothing. Look, yeah, right.
There's nothing wrong with it. He's divorced.
How old is he?
Tom?
44, 5?
No, he's got to be closing in on 50.
Is he?
At this point, I just Googled it and it's taking forever. Tom Brady he played 23 seasons, 47. He'll be 48 in August.
Sophia's got him by 6 years then.
She's 53?
Yeah, she just turned 53, looking pretty good, I might add, for 53.
For 53.
Tom Brady, according to the latest report, Daily Mail said the NFL beautiful. I'm not finding
What are
it.
you doing?
Oh, I got it. Okay, no, Brady said there was a report that Brady said Vergara was, quote, too old for him. And Brady pushed back on that, saying, Tom never said nor would ever say anything like this.
This is very un-Tom Brady-like.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Tom Brady wouldn't say that out loud to
Tom
someone.
Brady's got to be one of the world's most eligible bachelor, doesn't he? Is there
Has to
anybody
be.
going to be above that?
I don't think so.
The man is the greatest player ever in the most popular sport on the planet. And I'm sorry, soccer fans, because I know you're going to tell me that, oh, no, soccer's way more popular. But not in our world, it's not.
I'm just reading a comment that's like, what? I'm not even going to read that on the air. We did talk about John Elway the other day. I did, at least.
What was he was found completely
innocent. No fault in the death
of one of his
friend.
great friends. Yeah, falling off the back of a golf cart that he was driving.
Yeah, and people say that he was seen drinking before the event.
There's no question he was seen drinking before the event. I saw a lot of coverage of this. I don't want to pile on. John Elway did lose his best friend here, but at the same time, hard to believe that he was driving completely 100% sober under these conditions. I'm just saying.
Brandon has a good quip for us to end this, but he says Bill Belichick would never say someone is too young for him either. All right, Chris versus the fans up next. 833-288-0973. All of a sudden, my mic is.
normally on until 6 o'clock, today till 5 o'clock, because from 5 to 6 we'll have the Padres Roundtable. Commercial-free hour of nothing but Padres talk for you to enjoy. Ben Higgins hosts it. Skraby and I are part of it. It's coming up at 5 o'clock. And then after that, stick around. Don't get home yet. Drive around the block for a while longer because you don't want to miss the Skraby Chronicles from 6 to 7.
I went through the schedule, the remaining schedule. And
remaining Padres schedule.
Yes, yes, thank you. And I did a deep dive into how many games they're playing against teams under 500, over 500.
Breaking it down.
They have, we talked about it on the roundtable.
A little bit.
They
have
have
an easy schedule, basically.
Very hard August, though.
But August is tough.
August is very tough. They're playing the Red Sox. They're playing the Dodgers and the Giants twice.
Right.
That's not an easy
They want to
stretch.
if they turn for home in September, then the schedule is very favorable for them.
Yes.
But
agreed.
I've said this many times, you agree with me, I think. The schedule is fun to talk about. But it doesn't mean that much because you still got to go out and win those games.
Yeah.
How many times have we looked at a schedule, especially in football, right? You look, oh boy, the Bills play this team and that team, and the Patriots play this team, and then it doesn't go that way anyway.
Yeah.
So, you still got to go out and win the games. All right, we're going to do a little Chris versus the Fan. Speaking of winning games, if you can win, you will get qualified for a chance to win our grand prize. 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas. 2 tickets to see my wife's good friend, Tommy Lee. She wanted to meet him one time. 2 tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th. You also get a $100 gas card. Catch Motley Crue Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live, Park MGM, September 12th through October 3rd. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Don't go with your cheating girlfriend because, Motley Crue might put you on the screen.
I feel like that's the place where you go is Motley Crue concert.
You think you could get away with it there?
Yes.
Unlike a Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
All right, let's go do some one thing before we get to Chris versus the Fan. Mark Ziegler, who's, so good to us, has a story out that I think you should read. I'll talk about it in the next segment, but it has to do with Miles Bird, the Aztecs basketball player, who has done something very, very cool and very, very good, very, very noteworthy. And I will explain it if you don't want to go look it up yourself, but we'll talk about that after we play Chris versus the Fans.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win if you're a first-time player. Let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today. All right, let me get the phones up real quick. There we go. Chris, 1 through 6. Give me a number.
6 today.
6.
I
All
did
right.
3 yesterday.
We're going Johnny in Escondido. Hello,
hey,
Johnny.
Johnny.
What's up, guys?
Not too
Nothing,
much.
Sure.
You ready to play?
Good luck to you.
Let's do it.
All
He's
right.
ready.
Speaking of cheaters, what player was suspended as a result of the Deflategate scandal in 2015?
A clue, he's 47 years old now.
And he's dating Sophia Vergara.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He's dating Sophia.
Good job.
And he doesn't find her to be too old.
Now I can say Brandon's joke. Brandon is zinging like crazy. He said, cheating going on at Gillette Stadium? I can't imagine.
Can't imagine, Robert Kraft. Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Second question. What NFL quarterback once kicked a 91-yard punt during a game?
That's true. He was a great punter, this guy.
John Elway.
John Elway was not a great punter, unfortunately. Now, this is too bad. Johnny, sorry, because Skraby knows I know this one.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know I knew
didn't
this
know.
one? Oh,
No.
You know what happened?
We talked Cordell Stewart before.
We talked about this on a day you were not here.
Oh.
Yeah, I talked all about this. Randall Cunningham was a great punter at UNLV in college.
Oh.
And he punted for the Eagles. He probably kicked 20 punts in his career. It wasn't like just a one-time thing.
Interesting.
And he once had a 91-yard punt.
So he's better than Cordell Stewart at punting?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way better. Randall Cunningham was a legit punter. Like I said, he punted. I could look it up while you're doing the next question, but I think he punted 20 or so times in his career.
All right. Let's go to our next contestant. We're going to go to Francisco. Hello, Francisco.
Francisco.
Hello. I'm Madonna, and I'm with my dad, Francisco, and we're ready to.
You want to play?
We're ready.
What was your name one more time?
What was your name?
On.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I know he beeped the phone. What was it?
On.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Are you saying a swear word and your phone's bleeping it out?
I don't know what it is, but anyway, how old are you? Can you tell us that?
I'm 10.
10 years old. All right. He's playing.
I'm just going to say Francisco, and here we go to question number 1.
All right. Could be our youngest winner here, I think.
All right. I got to come up with a question.
Are you making them up as you go?
Well, I want to make it.
Just ask a question. Don't worry about the age.
Well,
he's got a Francisco's right next to him there.
What day last week did Manny Machado collect his 2000th hit?
What day of the week?
Yes.
I don't think I even know, so he didn't maybe have to know. You got a guess?
Yeah. What day of the week?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, he says. Oh, that's not right.
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. I was out of town, right? So I didn't really pay that close of attention. How about, I don't even want to get it right. Thursday?
Thursday?
Did they even play Thursday? I don't know.
They did. They played the Diamondbacks on
When did he have his hit?
Monday.
All right, Monday. Good for you. Francisco's son, you're still alive.
Someone said on the chat, Esteban, and someone else said, Beeptabon.
Yeah, he keeps bleeping the phone.
Yeah, when you're done with this, go listen back to the segment. You'll know what I'm talking about. But we're still here. Let's go to question number 2. Who is supposedly the starting quarterback for the New York Jets this year?
Jets starting quarterback this year.
Jets. Jets.
Gonna have to come up with this one because I do know it.
Watch any football.
Gonna guess.
Kenny Pickens.
Kenny Pickens. I think I heard.
Kenny Pickett?
I did. Yeah, that's what I heard. Was the answer?
No, I heard it too.
Justin Fields. Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. Please call back again.
Sorry, we think Esteban, but thanks for playing, man.
Yes.
10 years old, that takes a lot of guts to come on and play.
Yeah,
it does.
It does.
Not easy.
Oh wow, they just hung up.
Skraby you and I don't get nervous about coming on the radio. So
I've told
10 years old, that's not easy. Really.
I've told this story before, but before I got into radio, way before, I called into a sports talk show I wanted to give an opinion. And then they came to me and I got so nervous I hung up.
Before you could answer the question.
They went, Matt, you're on. And I went, click. Now I know anyway.
Just to finish the Randall Cunningham story, 1989, he had a 91-yard punt. 5 years later, he was still with the Eagles, and he punted it again. He had an 80-yard punt. And then 3 years after that with the Vikings, he had a 65-yard punt. Like, he was really good.
Yeah,
he kicked 20 punts in his career.
Those are good punts, I got to say.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next contestant, Kevin from Oceanside. Hello.
Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, it sounds like
I'm hit. Go ahead.
All right.
Let's go.
Who is the current manager of the Cincinnati Reds?
Redlegs. Just got his 2000th career win the other night, by the way. Pretty popular manager.
Cincinnati Reds.
Kevin's not coming up with it.
Francona
at the last second.
It's correct.
Don't be looking it up.
I think he's driving. So.
Oh, he's driving. Okay,
Yeah.
you got it. Terry Francona.
All right, question number 2. And I loved your reaction, by the way. That was a good one. Let's see. Let's ask a Padres question. Who holds the Padres record for most stolen bases in a single season?
In a single season.
This is tough.
In the last 20 years or 50 years?
Ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
I would say since the
Ever.
start of 1980.
It was after 1980, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. That's tough.
Let's go Templeton. What the
Templeton, he
Templeton.
says. Tempe.
Stay there.
I could miss this. I don't think I'm going to miss it. I think it's Alan Wiggins. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I
Sorry,
set you
Kevin.
up for
Alan
failure.
Wiggins, yeah.
I'm
Padres have
sorry.
had some very good stolen base guys.
Stole 70.
Wiggins?
Yep.
Yeah, Tony's dad is in the high 50s one year.
Yep.
We had Gene Richards, Jerry Mumphrey. Both, I think, got over 50 in the same year. Jerry Coleman, you know when Jerry Coleman was the manager? Remember that? Do you know that Jerry Coleman was the manager,
I do.
right?
Yes,
okay.
the announcer.
Right. The great Jerry Coleman. He was the Padres manager 1 year, and they didn't have a great season. But the one thing they did the year that he was managing, they stole the opposition blind. Jerry Coleman, I think he just put the steal sign on every time.
Really?
And I'm looking for it here because I want to back up what I'm saying. What year was Jerry? Okay, here it is. Jerry was the manager in 1980. Okay, in that season, you had Ozzie Smith had 57. You had Jerry Mumphrey 52. Gene Richards 61. You had three guys running wild that year.
That is
under
a lot.
Jerry Coleman.
That is a lot.
I know.
All right, here we go to our next contestant.
Even Juan Eichelberger, a relief pitcher, had one stolen base that year.
Juan Eichelberger.
Yeah, don't remember that guy?
No, I don't.
I remember that name.
You do?
Yeah, sure. Juan Eichelberger. He had one steal that year. It's
All
funny.
right, let's go to our next contestant, John in Carlsbad.
Hello, John.
How we doing, fellas? I'm going to change my name to Juan Eichelberger.
There you go. All right. Good going, John.
All
Or Juan.
Here we go. Question number 1. What former Dodger second baseman was traded to the Reds in the offseason and beat the Padres a couple weeks ago?
Former Dodger middle infield. He plays a lot of positions, actually.
Gavin Lux?
Yep.
That is correct.
Good job. Good work there.
Job. Here
good
we go.
Good job there, Juan.
Juan Eichelberger.
Yeah.
It's question number 2. All right, finally done with some home run derby questions. What team has represented the home run derby winner the most with 4 wins?
Okay. Team has had 4 winners in the home run derby. Tough one.
That is a tough one. I'm going to go with the Dodgers just because.
Dodgers. Stay there.
4 different winners, right?
Yeah. Over time, how many? Which
okay.
team?
This is a shot in the dark, so I'll say the. I don't know why I think the Mariners. I know Rowley just won it. I know Juan Gonzalez or Juan Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez, Griffey. I'm gonna say Mariners.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're still alive, John. It's the
Still in
Yankees.
It is the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay. So John/Juan goes to the final question.
Here we go with that final question.
All right.
I have a feeling Chris is going to know this, but here we go.
That means that Juan's got to get it here.
What position did Mickey Mantle originally play in the minor leagues before being moved to the outfield?
Yep, as a youngster in Oklahoma growing up, I forgot the name of the town.
I'm gonna choose between shortstop and second base because I think it's the middle infield, but I'll go with the more popular option at shortstop.
Wow! Nice job, John. You are the winner.
I got that right?
You got
did.
that right.
Smart
Stay on the
thinking,
line.
John. Good job. He grew up in Commerce, Oklahoma. He was known as the Commerce Comet before he became the great Mickey Mantle.
So where I found this question, it said that he was so bad at shortstop because he just continually made multiple errors all the time.
They moved him out of there, and all the rest is history. I wonder. Look, it's not surprising, really. I mean, it's a very good guess by you, John. But shortstop are normally the best athletes on young teams. And
What
that's
is
why you
Jackson
have
Merrill?
Fernando, you have Machado, you have Cronenworth, you have Merrill, you have all these guys play shortstop. So it's not that surprising, but well done by you. More Gwynn and Chris coming up after traffic, and Skraby gives John his prize.
From the
All right, Skraby, do not draft Mike Williams this year in the Fantasy Football League.
Good call.
He is retired. It was kind of an uneven career, was it not?
Yeah.
He was expected to do great things for the Chargers.
Was hurt.
Didn't do much. And then every now and again he'd do enough to make you think, well, I'm going to pick him up off the waiver wire.
Maybe he's there, yeah.
Yeah, you'd always be sorry you did. He's retired. That's a little football news as we come back to the program. Chris Ello, Matt Skraby, Tony Gwynn Jr. With the Padres as they head on into Washington, D.C. tomorrow late afternoon, actually, 3:45 start for Dylan Cease. Mike Soroka will pitch for the Nats. Saturday, it'll be Yu Darvish, left-hander Mitchell Parker. Sunday, it'll be Nick Pivetta in a matchup of all-stars against Mackenzie Gore. Good matchup on Sunday.
Did you see John Smoltz talking about the Juan Soto trade on the All-Star game?
Did not. No.
Okay, so I know they were highlighting Mackenzie Gore and James Wood and CJ Abrams, but he said that the Nationals won the Juan Soto trade. And I'm like, you didn't even bring up anything that the Padres got in return. Like anything. Not Michael King, not Higashioka, not Randy Vasquez. And I get it. I'm a Padres guy, so I got a little perturbed by it. But you got to bring up both sides. You can't just say, oh, they won the Juan Soto trade. Because that's not true. They're a terrible team.
Yeah, they got 3 great players for Juan Soto. But Padres ended up with Dylan Cease. Padres ended up with Michael King. Padres ended up with Kyle Higashioka.
Yeah.
But I think even more important than any of that,
your guy,
is that because they got Juan Soto, the Padres, maybe because of that, went to the NL Championship Series.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think you got to take into account.
Yeah.
And the Nationals, though the future seems bright with those 3 young players, have not really been out of last place since they made the trade. So I don't see how you can summarily just hand it to them.
Yeah, and their GM and manager got fired. Like you would think if they won the trade,
you think our general manager would get fired.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
What I'm saying is if they won the trade decisively, the Padre general manager would get fired, not the Nationals.
Yeah, if AJ Preller got fleeced, it would be a different story, but he did not get fleeced.
If he got hoodwinked, you like that word. Here's something that, Skraby and I like to talk about these kinds of things because it's important and it's beyond sports, but it has to do with sports. And in this one, it has to do with Miles Byrd of the Aztecs. And Mark Ziegler wrote the story today. It's online at San Diego Union Tribune, or if you look up Mark Ziegler and, they list his articles. Mark, these are the kind of articles, that he excels at. And he's already a good writer. Miles Byrd is a great Aztec player, and he's coming back this season after dabbling with going into the NBA draft. Here's something you did not know about Miles Byrd, and here's something that nobody knew about Miles Byrd until now. Miles Byrd has type 1 diabetes. Mark Ziegler wrote about that today, and he wrote about it because Miles Byrd, to his credit, is no longer ashamed to talk about it.
Very nice.
And this is why I bring it up, because what Miles Byrd is doing here as a tremendously gifted Division I athlete who could eventually go on into the NBA. He's not the first athlete ever to succeed with type 1 diabetes, but the fact that he's coming out and explaining that he has it and he deals with it and he's overcoming it, I shouldn't say overcome it because he's got to live with this forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But with it, he's still accomplishing what he's accomplishing. By doing this, he is a beacon of hope for a lot of people out there who are afflicted by the same thing. So I really give Miles Byrd a lot of credit for, willing to come out and say this and allow Mark Ziegler to write about it. And the story is really good now that, we have a type 1 diabetes. Some people have type 2. There's all kinds of differences between the two. But suffice to say that Miles Byrd, to this day, has to leave practice often, go back and get a shot of insulin, whatever it might be, might have to stop because he needs some sort of fortification, oranges or whatever it might be to get him through it. The trainer of the Aztecs, Serge Ibarra, who we've talked about before. Serge is, I can't tell you how good this guy is, Sergio Ibarra. He was the guy that came out on the floor last year when Guath went down. Remember the referee was, the player was about to dunk on him. And, and Sergio was like holding it all up. Sergio's great. But Sergio has to give Miles Bird shots during games sometimes. And in the past, it's always been they go back to the locker room and people, his own teammates would wonder what's going on, right? Well, finally, Miles Bird got to the point last year where he just, put a towel up and started taking the shot on the bench. Anyway, he's come out now. I think it's really impressive of Miles Bird to admit this, to deal, let us understand that he deals with this.
Yeah.
Not easy to do.
No.
And to do it publicly. And he says he's, wants to get it out there now because I hope he can help people, make them understand that it's not a, sentence that has to keep you on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So congrats to Miles Bird on this one.
Definitely.
And I hope people read the story, or if you don't read it yourself, show it to somebody who should read it.
Yeah.
Somebody that might have diabetes, somebody, a family member, somebody they know has diabetes.
Or someone who's newly diagnosed and they are feeling uncomfortable with it.
How about a 9-year-old kid that just found out he has diabetes and now wonders, what does this mean?
Yeah, now you can point to Miles Bird. You could also, Dominic said Mark Andrews is someone who also is.
Yes, Mark Andrews of the Ravens talked quite a bit about that.
I appreciate this a lot because it takes a lot. Because if you're not, I don't think he was embarrassed by it, but he just didn't really want people to know about it.
Yeah, right. No, I agree with you. He wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't an embarrassment thing. He just didn't want people to think of him any differently.
Yeah, but now he's to a point where he's able to talk about it and he's able to help people. And not to make it about me, but people always ask me, why are you so open on the radio about your past with alcohol? And I'm like, well, I'm at a point where I can talk about it and help people. So I appreciate Miles Bird for this.
Good for Miles Bird. Some of the other athletes that have talked about this, you mentioned Mark Andrews right there. How about JJ Spawn?
Really?
Did not know.
Did not know that either.
JJ Spawn has type 1 diabetes. Chris Dudley was a great center in the NBA from Torrey Pines High School, another alum. Anyway, there's many others, but kudos to Miles Bird, and more kudos maybe to Mark Ziegler for being able to establish a relationship with a player that he covers to where the player feels comfortable enough to open up to him about this.
You have to find that for Miles Bird. I would imagine you have to find that guy that is going to tell this story in the right way.
Yeah. So it'll be in the paper, I would imagine, tomorrow, but you don't have to wait. You can see it online.
Got some other ones. Noah Gray, Michael King's charity is for type 1 diabetes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good on Miles Bird. All right, more Gwynn and Chris. I think we got a big five.
We do.
To wrap things up after the break.
Gwynn and Chris.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. Like, in full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. It's not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help. And there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So, goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. It's not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now.
Shane Gillis. Funny. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Chris, hello. Tony Gwynn Jr. Probably in Washington, D.C. by now, but Padres should be there, I would think. They play tomorrow.
Let me check my flight app. I checked it this morning.
Yes, you do. You actually whenever he or I go on a flight somewhere,
or anyone I know,
or anybody you know, you stalk the flight.
I definitely
so
stalk
weird.
the flight. Let me check. I just found it.
See if Tony and them they have landed.
It just arrived 14 minutes ago.
The Eagle has landed.
Yes.
All right, so the Padres are in D.C. Very good. Shane Gillis was the host of the ESPYs last night. Did not watch. Hardly cared.
Well, once they tape delayed, I was out.
You're out.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles were named the best team, if that means anything. As I predicted, Barkley got the best play of the year for the backward leap. Although I still would take J.J. Spawn's putting at the U.S. Open. I much more impressed, even though the backward leap was incredible. Here's my thinking on it. Barkley could do that again if he, needed to. How many guys can drop in a 70-foot putt to win the U.S. Open? Again. Like, that to me was a once-in-a-lifetime shot.
It was, yeah.
All right. Anyway, Shane Gillis it depends, I guess, which camp you're in. I'm going to give you the line that they're talking about the most, and then you tell me whether this was funny or not.
Okay.
Said Shane Gillis. He's talking about the WNBA. He's talking about that he loved Caitlin Clark. He said, we're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a lot of threes.
Okay, that's funny.
I actually think that was funny. But then he said, okay, there you go. Lighten up a little. It's not serious. And then he said, let's see about this one. And then he told another joke about Caitlin Clark.
He's radio friendly.
I think this is radio friendly, but I don't think it fell flat and it just didn't work.
All right.
He said when Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
Oh.
Yeah, he missed badly there.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right, you had two lines. One was funny. One was just a swing and a whiff completely, was it not? That's not even – it's not funny, and it's not, reading the room too well, as the old saying
I know.
goes.
There's a bunch of WNBA players there. There's there's a lot of people there that probably didn't enjoy that.
Yeah, I don't think that was
good.
I
can see why some people would think it's funny, but I guess –
well, the room apparently didn't like it. I mean, nobody laughed.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I'm sure they didn't. And I don't know how these guys who host these events just continue on after they tell a joke that wasn't received well.
That's tough. I have a question. Does Shane Gillis have to run his jokes by somebody?
I'm sure.
So somebody read that one and said, we'll give it a shot.
I would assume because it was on ABC. It's a family station.
Can't just give him carte blanche to say whatever joke he wants.
No, because he would have.
Yeah, he's an edgy comedian. All right, let's check traffic and then finish up with the Big Five, folks.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Seeing lots of activity on our roads this afternoon. Hit and run crash in the downtown area, southbound 5 at Civic Center appears to be blocking the right lane, and a crash on southbound 805 just past El Cajon Boulevard. That's over to the right shoulder. Further south on the 805 at Palm Avenue, reports of a stalled big rig partially in lanes. You can find on southbound 125 right at the King Freeway connector ramp, a collision blocking that left lane. West 8 clearing an accident at the 125. And in the North County, southbound 15 past Guillermo Rancho Parkway, collision over to the right shoulder. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. If I didn't already love my job so much, I'd apply. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Padres diehard who played in Chris Fantabulous Sports Game Show says, I'm a black man and been to Waffle House. It was hilarious and accurate.
Oh.
I just don't know what we're allowed to laugh at anymore.
Okay.
To be quite honest.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with Padre Diehard there. It's glad he found it funny. I don't think a lot of people would find that funny.
I don't mind if people find it funny, but like personally, if I were to laugh and be like, that was the most hilarious joke in the world, I would be nervous that someone would take my job.
We already lost our job earlier today when we admitted to being criminals.
Good point,
both
Chris.
you and I.
Yes,
Both
go back to
Skraby and I
220. We tell our jail stories.
Both of us have been in jail, so that's all you need to know about how hard we are to handle.
Yeah, and we both didn't enjoy it.
No.
Number 5.
There are going to be 2 MLB.com offerings in the Big 5 today, but the start to the second half power rankings are out on MLB.com. Padres are number 10 on that list. So, Chris, are the Tigers, Cubs, Dodgers, Astros, Mets, Blue Jays, Brewers, Phillies, and the Yankees better than the Padres?
I would even say that probably the teams that are 11, 12, and 13 might be better than the Padres at this moment, to be honest with you. I think 10's probably fortunate.
You think the Yankees are better
than the Padres?
I don't think so.
The Padres, I said it on the round table. You'll hear the whole round table in about 20 minutes. I think the Padres, and I've said this on our show, as they're currently constructed today, are not going to make the playoffs. Today's team. That's the one without Michael King.
Yeah.
That's the one with a recovering Yu Darvish. And that's the one with a struggling just about everybody on offense except Manny Machado and Gavin Sheets. That team's not going to the playoffs. They're going to need to get better, and they're going to need to make a trade or two to make it, I think. So I think 10 is too high.
I think 10 is right. Okay. I would say they're better than you're right with the currently constructed thing, but the Yankees have struggled this year. Their pitching is a mess. They have, obviously, Aaron Judge, but the Yankees have lost first place, and they are not really playing well right now.
No.
But 10's fine.
Padres are 38 and 41 since the first 2 weeks of the season. That's not the 10th best team in the league.
That is correct. If you're going to hit me with stats like that,
sorry
Chris,
about that.
Real quick, just to finish up the Shane Gillis thing. Apparently, there are a team of writers for this, and so he did not write his own jokes.
Oh no, I know, but he's going to get credit for them because he said them.
Because he said them, and he can say, "I don't want to say that." I guess.
Yes, he can. I'm sure he has right of refusal. But my point being is that I'm sure there's a team of writers. I get that. But who looks at it? Does somebody beyond that look at it before it goes on the air? I would think somebody does.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning decides.
All right, I'd lock this one.
Did you know the famous Peyton Manning sketch on Saturday Night Live where he's throwing the footballs at the kids?
That was great.
Funniest sketch ever. He didn't want to do it.
Really?
No. He thought it was going to look terrible. But he said that he was switched around by all the parents of the actual kids who were begging him to throw footballs at their kid. And
that is good.
But here's the other behind the scenes thing. Every one of the footballs that he threw at the kids was a Nerf football.
Oh.
Like it didn't really hurt them. I was disappointed to hear that. I was hoping.
Oh, you wanted a real football?
Yes, I wanted a little damage done. That's the funniest.
I remember that
ever,
commercial,
though.
and it was hilarious.
It's not a commercial.
Or
it's
a skit. Yeah, it's hilarious.
If you never saw Peyton Manning's SNL football skit, you're probably in the minority, but you got to watch it because it's going to make you laugh.
I like Woods' impression of Eli Manning. Hey, Peyton. He's just always trying to bring up the past.
Number 4.
Another MLB.com, and I just realized the time, so we're going to have to boogie.
All right, hurry up.
They put out their third poll for Rookie of the Year, and the writers have Jacob Wilson for the American League and Jacob Mizorowski of the Brewers. Again, Mizorowski has only 5 starts and has been very good, but he's only made 5 starts this season. I do know, Chris, that Paul Skeens won last year after starting the season late. But I don't get why players who have played all year can't get the nod. The second place vote was Drake Baldwin. What am I missing, Chris?
You're missing the fact that baseball, as Trey Turner pointed out, is becoming clickbait instead of, rewarding who should get the thing.
Good answer.
Aaron Judge is more clickbait than the big dumper, but I think the dumper's having a better year.
He is.
But everybody wants Aaron Judge to win it. And same thing with this Mizorowski. I don't want to totally blow the kid off.
No, I don't either.
He may go 10-0 in the second half, and if he does, he's going to win it. But based on at this moment, You cannot give it to him in 5 games over Drake Baldwin, who's, by the way, started opening day for the Braves.
Yep.
And was the reason that they were able to trade Travis d'Arnaud, and the reason that
Travis started left in free agency, but yeah, the reason.
Okay, allow him to go, right? And Sean Murphy can, is DHing.
Yep.
Yeah, Baldwin's you got to give it to somebody who plays all the time at this moment.
I just feel
it's
like
clickbait now. It's all click, click, click.
All of a sudden,
click.
All of a sudden, it's like this Jacob Mizorowski guy is the biggest thing in baseball right
Jacob
now.
Mizorowski might be smart to never pitch again.
Just to live off of this for the rest of his life.
They might put him in the Hall of Fame if he just never pitched again.
He has stuff in the Hall of Fame now because of his historic start. So,
and he threw the 5 fastest pitches in the All-Star game, and so everybody thought he deserved that proved that he deserved to be there. I just want to remind everybody that of those 5 pitches that were thrown that fast, 2 of them were hit to the warning track and caught.
Yeah,
so it could have been a different outcome. I want to give this guy a chance, but I don't like how much he's getting.
They're pushing him on us
so soon.
Number 3.
Kansas City Chiefs, this is a serious one, but star wide receiver Rashi Rice was sentenced to 30 days of jail time and 5 years probation today for his role in a multi-car crash late last year. According to a press release from the Dallas County District Attorney's Office, he pleaded guilty in district court to 2 third-degree felony charges, collision involving serious bodily injury and racing on a highway causing bodily injury. Rice received deferred adjudication, sources told ESPN, which means that if the case will be dismissed if he completes the probation. Before his plea agreement, Rice also paid over $115,000 in restitution to the victims of the March 2024 crash for their medical expenses, according to the district attorney. So the NFL now has a choice of how many games to suspend Rashi Rice. Chris, how many games should he be suspended?
4. It's fine with me.
I think that's
what did
fair.
he get? What did he
No,
get?
he hasn't. They haven't suspended him yet. No.
Yeah. Quarter of the season. He's getting 30 days in jail. I'm sick of this offense. You know that. Driving like an idiot and endangering
He's driving 119
people.
miles an hour on the freeway.
Yes, I would love to see, this no longer happen ever again anymore.
Yeah.
But I can't go more than 4 games.
I think 4 is fair, but I think he's probably going to get 2.
Okay.
Move on.
Yeah.
Number 2.
We've talked about this a lot.
Yeah. John Rahm on the course today at the Open got mad at a fan because the fan, he hit a drive and the fan whistled apparently. So it's the audio is hard to hear, but you can find this on social media. He said, quote, "Really? Whistling? Right? Great time. Right in my backswing. Very smart, whoever it was." And he's angry. Okay. But he said if I were to paint a picture, you have the hardest tee shot on the course, raining into the wind off the left. It's enough. I know they're not doing it on purpose. It just seemed like somebody trying to get a hold of someone, or for whatever it is, it was bad timing. I think I just used the moment to let out any tension I had in me. Really, that's not it. Really, it is what it is. To be honest, it probably didn't affect as much as I made it sound like. It was a bad swing as well. Just a difficult hole. I mean, it's frustrating, but it is what it is. It's an everyday thing in golf, end quote. My question,
blah, blah, blah.
My question, yes. My question is, if Wyndham Clark has to go to anger management, does John Rahm have to go to anger management? And my answer is, if Wyndham Clark's going, John Rahm needs to go first.
You're sending him.
Because John Rahm does this all the time. All the time.
That I don't know.
He does it all the time, Chris. He throws his clubs. He swears.
Yeah.
He gets mad at the drones that are flying around. He is the king right now in golf of blaming other people.
Fair.
Making noises during his swing.
Well, then maybe he does need some help. I would say this. I am a, weekender at best on the course. You know this. Remember the story I told you that one time when I was at Mission Bay on the 7th hole, which is right by Mission Boulevard, and you go in your backswing on the tee shot, and some guy's driving by lays on the horn to try to mess you up. I still hit it down the middle on that one.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I'm just saying, if I can do that, John Rahm can put out of his head a whistle. Please. You guys, I get that you want it quiet. It should be quiet. But life isn't always that way. You're a professional golfer. Get over yourself. Hit the ball. And if it doesn't go well, stop blaming everybody else.
I kind of
Honestly,
agree
I
with
can't
you.
deal with that
I
anymore.
kind of agree with you.
Number 1.
All right, so Ben Verlander was at the red carpet for the All-Star game, and he asked a bunch of MLB players, how many hits is the average fan going to get off of an MLB pitcher in 100 at-bats? Here is what some of them said.
Your average fan has 100 at-bats against a big league pitcher. How many hits are they getting? None. Zero.
Paul
Zero.
Skeens, Pete Alonso.
Zero. Zero. Guaranteed they're not standing a chance. Zero. I would go watch that. I'll be generous and say 1. Maybe 1. Maybe 1. We'll be generous. Maybe 3 or 4. 0. They'll put the ball in play maybe once, but if there's fielders in the field, they won't get a hit. 0.
Fernando said 0 as well. So here's my question.
Yeah.
Do you think if I were to step into a box in 100 at-bats, do you think I would get 1 hit?
No.
I do. I'm not saying I'm great. I'm not saying I'm better than these guys. I'm not saying that I would even get good contact on the ball. But out of 100 swings, a fastball or change or whatever down the middle, just put the bat out there, you might get a hit.
Who's going to put them all down the middle for you? And
Well, that's
one,
true.
number 2, you're not going to know what pitch is coming if you're stepping into an at-bat.
That's true.
I'm giving you 0. I'm giving myself 0. The only guy in this show who's going to have more than 0 is a guy who's
Don't
on
say
All-Star
Tony.
break. He's on All-Star break right now.
Oh.
He's going to have more than 0. He's a big league player.
He did have some hits.
Come on. Yeah, I don't see it, Skraby. I'm here's what I'm going to compare it to, and then we got to go for the round table. They had a tennis tournament here many years ago, and they had some pros for a media day.
Okay.
And I'm not talking Roger Federer. I'm just talking some ordinary guys on the tour. And they had us go across, and they tried to return a serve
Okay.
with a tennis racket.
Okay. I couldn't do that.
We couldn't touch the ball.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Well,
either.
if I can't touch a ball with a tennis racket coming 120 miles an hour, I'm not touching a ball with a baseball
I
bat.
think that
Sorry.
a baseball bat is a little bit
out.
easier than a tennis racket.
You're out. Admit it. And get over yourself.
I'm going to get 1 hit out of those 100. All right. Up next is the round table, and that is part of our happy hour, which is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, and so is swim season. Call now and mention radio for a free month of pool service. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back for the Skraby Show at 6 p.m., but coming up next, the round table from this morning, right here on 97.3 The Fan.